A very good morning to all my dear students. I welcome you all to the 5th class of the online session 2020-2021. Yesterday in my video, I had discussed about the topic time. Although little bit portion of this topic is left. So let me just recapitulate what we did yesterday. We studied about the concept of time, how in olden days, in ancient time, how people used to, depict a day, a month, how it used to be calculated by looking at the natural phenomena that was going on, like, a full moon, sunrise, sunset, all these things. Then came the concept of sundial, water clock, isn't it? Hourglass or sand clock, all these things. And then came the concept of simple pendulum. And nowadays, the concepts that we have are lots, far more technologically advanced than the ones those were followed in the olden days. So, what was the concept of the simple pendulum? The pendulum was used to measure time by the help of the to and fro movement of the pendulum. Okay, so we had different terms which were associated with a pendulum, like if you change the length of the string of the pendulum, then the time period of the pendulum will also change. What is time period? The time taken to complete one oscillation. What is oscillation? Oscillation means the rapid to and fro movement of the pendulum. Then we had the concept of amplitude. What is amplitude? Amplitude is basically the maximum displacement of the pendulum bob from its mean position to extreme position on either side of the pendulum. Got it? So these were certain things we had done. Then today we are going to study a little bit more, advanced forms of these things. Nowadays, instead of using these concepts of simple pendulum, especially the pendulum clocks and all, these clocks were very huge and big, so it couldn't be carried from one place to another. So instead of using all these things, nowadays we use what? We have these watches, we have the digital watches. Digital watches, they simply represent the time in the form of digits. You don't even, a person who doesn't even know how to see the time can just look at the watch and tell what is the time, because it will display directly the digits. The numbers will be displayed on the screen, on the dial. Okay. So let us talk about, after the concept of the simple pendulum came the concept of balance wheel, where a thin hairspring was used in the center of the this balance wheel, and this hairspring used to vibrate, and these vibrations were used to record the time. Then came the concept of the quartz clock. What is quartz? I have often received this question that, ma'am, what is a quartz? Quartz is basically a crystal. Quartz crystal. It is a crystal which vibrates at a very precise or accurate rate. It vibrates at a very precise rate, and it gives us the time, time is very accurate. The time that we get to see from a quartz clock is actually very accurate time we get. Okay. So instead of that, nowadays, as I told you about the digital watches, where you must have noticed that athletes and all, especially during your sports and all, when very small interval of time needs to be calculated, needs to be checked when you are running in a sports competition, all these things, when you are racing and all, you must have seen that these stopwatches are used. Stopwatches will give you, the time intervals are very short intervals of time, 1/10 or 1/100th of a second, like that. Okay, because the difference in time is very less among the competitors, so very accurate measurements are required. Got it? So these were certain things related to time, and we have completed the chapter. Go through the chapter, read it, solve the worksheet, solve as much questions you can. You can go through the back questions of the book itself, the textbook that you are having. Okay, so do all these, practice, solve it. The more you read the chapter, the more your concepts will get clear. Is that clear? One more thing I will be discussing in this video is regarding your another book, that is Mind Map. Let me show you the book once. is the book. I am sure all of you are having this book with you. This is your mind map assessment book. Mind map assessment book. You have to do this also. What is this mind map exactly about? Look at the back of your book. If you are having this book, you can bring it in front of you and you can see what is given at the back. Can you see the structure of the brain is given at the back, where you can see that the brain is partitioned into two halves, the left brain and the right brain. And the different purpose of these two partition sides are given. Like the left brain, the purpose is to, what is the work of the left brain? Left brain can recognize numbers, lines, languages, logic, sequence, analysis. And look at the right brain. Color, shapes, rhythm, creativity, imagination, daydreaming. What happens is, in today's world, we all are so much, engrossed with our work. We are working like machines and all. We hardly get time to use our right brain. Most of the work we do it through our left brain. Understood? Like our creativity, colors, all these things. What happens is that the right brain gets attracted to colors. Some of us, you must have noticed that some of us, we can remember things easily when it is lots of colors are used. Okay, or particularly one color, supposing red. So that particular thing, once if you see that thing, whatever is written with the red marked, it becomes very easy. It automatically gets stored in your brain and it becomes very easy for you to remember. So that is what we are exactly going to do in this book, that is mind map. I am sure most of you have already done this in your previous class, but for some of you it is new. So let me tell you, mind map is actually the pictorial representation of the whole chapter in one page. Can you see? If you turn to page number 53, one example is given. Since I am doing this chapter motion and time with you, that is why I am going through this mind map of this particular chapter itself, that is motion and time. And you will notice that one mind map is already solved. Okay, not necessary that you have to do exactly what is given over here. I will request everyone to read the chapter first get your concept clear, and then when you are framing the mind map in the next page, that is page number 54. Page number 54, the branches are already given for you, and you are noticing one thing. Can you see? The branches are all colored. They have used colors so that these colors will help you to remember, to memorize. Okay, when you are doing the mind map, you are actually using the terms, things which are related to this chapter. For example, in the center, you will notice that the name of the chapter is written in the center, motion and time, and it is circled with red color, okay, which is very vibrant. Then starting from the this side where B1 is given, B1 means branch 1 and the whole branch is colored blue. Then comes B2, that is the whole branch number 2 is colored green. Then B3, branch number 3 is colored orange. B4, branch number 4 is colored purple. Then purple or magenta, magenta. Then you have branch number B5, 5 branches, and the whole chapter is covered in these 5 branches. At the same time, starting from the main branch, there are sub branches also. You can see sub branches like this. So you are going to write the just a minute, let me change. You are going to write the name of the chapter in the center. For example, this is motion and time. And my dear children, you are going to use colors, okay, to make it vibrant, so that when you are revising, when you are solving the mind map, it actually you are using your brain, you are using your mind, you are using your creativity. That will help you to remember or memorize the whole chapter just in the form of a picture. Okay, now starting like this is the main branch. B1 is written. So one particular branch is of one color. Supposing this is of blue color, and you will see there are lots of sub branches arising from the main branch like this. Supposing the topic is motion. So the main topic of this branch is motion. Under motion, you can write what is motion. What is motion you can write. Types of motion you can write. Understood? So like this you are going to solve. In this fashion it is going to move. B1, then B2, B3, B4, B5 like this. And anything extra you want to draw, you can do it like this. Like they have shown the representation of uniform motion. They have drawn a graph to show. You can do for non-uniform motion also. Got it? So what you are going to do is, you are going to actually solve this page number 54 and page number 55. Please use colors. Okay, solve these two and you're going to send it to your respective teachers. So this was regarding your mind map. Another important thing to tell you is page number 52. There are certain questions which are given. You have to frame the questions from the branches. For example, the first one. Question number 1 should come from branch number 1. The answer is branch 1. Let us see what is given in branch 1. Branch 1, the topic is motion. So I can frame a question, what is motion? What else can I frame? What are the different types of motion? Then what is uniform motion? What is non-uniform motion? I can frame so many questions from one particular branch. Moving to question number 2. Branch number 2. What does branch number 2 tells us? The main topic is speed. So what is speed? How do we represent speed mathematically? Distance by time. You can do that. What is the SI unit of speed or the basic unit of speed? What are the other units that can be used for speed? Got it? What is the purpose of a speedometer? What is the purpose of an odometer? These, like this, you have to frame questions. Try to frame as many questions as you can. And please try to keep it very neat and tidy. Got it? So your work is to solve this page number 52, page number 54, page number 55 and send it to your respective teachers. Okay, this will help you to revise the chapter also. So you have to do this, mind maps, you have to do, this is very important. Alright. So I have already discussed about the whole chapter. I hope by now there should be no problem. So for your revision, you are going to do the mind map and send it to your respective teachers, solve your worksheets and read the chapter thoroughly. So that's all for today. In my next video, I'm going to discuss all the worksheets with you all. So keep your worksheets ready. Till then, thank you and have a good day.